Hi, I'm Louise and I'm here with my mum, Suzanne, a celebrated food writer and pastry cook. And today we're going to show you how to make a basic butter cake, also known as a Victoria sponge, or in French, a car. And it is a wonderful foundation recipe if you're new to baking, because you can use it for so much. It's the basis for cupcakes, for lamingtons. I mean, it's a lovely cake in its own right too. If you want to flavour it with some orange zest, you have a beautiful orange cake, or you can add some cocoa to make a chocolate cake. It just has so many uses, which is why it's a fantastic recipe to have in your repertoire.
It is indeed. So it's also an old-fashioned pound cake, so the ingredients adding up to a pound in the old days. So you see how my butter's now, I've had it out at room temperature, it's nice and soft, and I've cut it up into big cubes. We cream that till it's nice and soft, doesn't take long. Now it's very important to add the sugar gradually so it gets properly dissolved, and it's very important to use caster sugar. Make sure there's no bits of sugar somewhere, and we're going to then give it another really good beat. Very happy with that. Here we go. One egg. There we go. Our last egg. That's all our eggs gone. So now I've got my favourite sieve, and I always like to sieve my flour for pastry and cakes with a pinch of salt. I've got a little snowstorm. The trick with mixing a cake mixture is to cut and fold, cutting in the centre and fold it over. You want to make it so it's just mixed, but that you don't see any patches of flour. I think that's perfectly mixed now.
It looks beautiful.
There's no globules of flour showing. Greasing the sides.
So we're using a 20 centimetre deep cake tin. So now we're just going to smooth over the top with a nice spatula there. The size of the tin is important here. If you're using a tin that's too small, your cake will dome in the centre and you may even get a crack in it. But you can also help guard against that by making a small well in the centre as you're doing the spreading. But the best thing is to just use the correct size tin for the amount of mixture you have.
And what you might like to do with a cake like this too is to sprinkle it with some sugar after. It gives it a lovely little sparkle.
Crust.
A little bit of cinnamon with the sugar too is nice. I can't just get that last bit off.
I know what to do with that. Sometimes cake dough tastes even better than the final cake. I'm not sure why, but I love it.
Okay, let's get it cooking.
Into the oven now for 1 hour. Our cake's been in the oven for 1 hour now, so it's ready to come out. Ah, lovely. It looks beautiful. When you're baking cakes, you actually want to let the cake sit in the tin for 5 or 10 minutes before turning it out. It just makes the turning out process that much easier. The cake has a chance to sort of collect itself, and it won't be so fragile when it comes to turning it out. You'll find it'll come out of the tin much easier. So the cake has now had a chance to cool on the rack, and it's ready to be sliced in half, and we're actually going to sandwich it with a little bit of raspberry jam we have here and then dust it with icing sugar. So show us how it's done,
Now
Mum.
this is a bit tricky actually, but you've just got to have a good eye and go straight to the centre with a sharp pointed knife and go round, making sure you've still got that at the one level. Got there. Oh, should we look?
Looks perfect.
Perfect. Okay. We'll pop that to the side.
I think it's so lovely to involve children in cooking, so this is one thing that you can ask your kids to help you with. It's a really fun job for them to spread out this jam just like this. We've got to line it up perfectly.
But because we've cut it so straight, that's not a problem here.
There we go. Yum! And now all we need is a dusting of icing sugar, which Mum's got there. Just gives a lovely finish, the icing sugar, makes it look very professional. Look at that, it's just beautiful. We're just going to put it on the cake stand now. I think we might call Grandma and see if she wants to join us for a cup of tea.
Let's do that.
She likes nothing better than our Victoria sponge.